But it is not my fault that Vanya. I'm sorry.
Today, we're going to be talking about Leighton Meester reacts to Gossip Girl Reboot. Get ready, boys and girls. Gossip Girl is really coming back. A spin-off of the hit 2000s show will launch on the upcoming streaming service HBO Max, with 10 hour-long episodes showing a new generation of rich and famous prep school teens. In the age of social media, celebrities, and influencers, it's the perfect time to revive the famed gossip website about New York City's young elite. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Central. Before we go any further, remember to smash that like button. Let's carry on. Blake and Leighton were never friends. Blake and Leighton were treated like icons in every field possible, for influencing fashion and hairstyles. All the years the show was running, and in the middle of all of these, were our two beloved BFFs, Serena van der Woodsen and Queen Bee herself, Blair Waldorf. We loved their friendship, and even though they were incredibly petty at times, they were each other's ride or die. And at the end of the day, the two were portrayed by none other than Blake Lively and Leighton Meester. And we're already wondering, will the reboot have an iconic bestie duo? And will they rival the popularity of Serena and Blair? And what does the GG cast really have to say about the reboot? While on the screen, the cast seemed to be all besties things, on set were rather messy and toxic. If you didn't know this by now, then we're sorry to break it to you, but Blake and Leighton were never friends. These two were always in each other's hair as soon as the director yelled out cut. The duo just avoided each other and they were barely friends with each other. Gossip Girl Rewound. We all remember Gossip Girl, such an iconic piece of pop culture, with Blair and Serena's blueprints for so many girls years to come. At some point, we all wanted to be part of the gossip clique. Now, over a decade later, we're having Gossip Girl Renaissance. But before we go forward, we need to go all the way back. The show ran for 6 seasons, for 5 whole years, which nowadays is a lot for a TV show. Just think about all the hits that don't even get a second chance. The show portrayed incredibly rich Upper East Siders who were not afraid to drop a coin on something and party their life away. It made us all fall in love with the characters, while vicariously living through their beefs and dramatic relationships. Honestly, when we say you had to be there to understand the Gossip Girl craze, there's a chance that some other original cast members could return. At a press event, Gossip Girl co-creator Schwartz revealed that he'd offered Gossip Girl stars the opportunity to come back. They've reached out to all of them to let them know it was happening, and they would love for them to be involved if they want to be involved, but certainly didn't want to make it contingent upon them being involved. They played these characters for 6 years, and if they felt like they were good with that, they want to respect that. But obviously, it would be great to see them again. Still, Schwartz isn't keen on centering the original cast. They felt that a version with their cast grown up, regardless of what the challenges would be of assembling those actors again, it didn't really feel like a group of adults that would be patrolled by Gossip Girl would make a lot of sense. So they thought there was something really interesting about the idea that we are all Gossip Girl now, in our own way, that we are all purveyors of our own social media surveillance state, and how that has evolved, and how that has mutated and morphed, and telling that through a new generation of Upper East Side high school kids. There is one Gossip Girl who seems likely to make an appearance. Before the reboot was announced, Chase Crawford told Digital Spy that he'd be up for reprising his role. It would be absolutely a cameo, he said. Gossip Girl can't be a dream again. Leighton was also going through a lot while shooting for the TV shows on screen. She was just the Princess of Manhattan, but off-screen, she was struggling. She and her mother were actually suing each other over money, and her mom didn't stop there. She also blamed Leighton as the reason they had to move to Los Angeles, just because Leighton wanted to be an actress. In 2012, Leighton won the case. Looking back, this could be one of the many reasons why her Gossip Girl memories might not be as dreamy as one would expect. Some behind-the-scenes situation. The situation behind the scenes was even more awkward. The dating culture that was going on with the cast. Everyone was dating their co-star in real life as well. So it's safe to say the lines were more than blurred stepping back from it. The creators team wanted them all to date. They wanted them all to wear the same clothes that the cast were wearing on the show. They wanted that because then it led their whole narrative. People who could buy into this world. Of course, they were all crazy about the ships, but it seemed like it kind of screwed the relationships between the star cast. Just think about it, who would like to return on set with your ex? Chase Crawford commented on this as the negative light was not only on the tangled relationship they all had on set, but on the show and roles as well. He thought with any TV show after 3 or 4 years, it's like we'd all hooked up with each other by the end. He thought they did a really good job with maintaining its popularity within that formula. But as an actor, you always want to be doing different things, and he was not the only actor on the set who wasn't happy. Blake Lively, who played the It Girl, Serena van der Woodsen, said that people loved her character, but it always felt a little personally compromising if you want to put a better message out there. Overall, she never seemed happy to play the role of Serena since people started connecting them together on a whole other level. But the real fans know Blake Lively is the biggest sweetheart in real life. Penn Badgley also couldn't help himself but spilled some shady words towards the show and the character he played all those years, while promoting a completely different one. Original Gossip Girl creators have signed on. Saffron, a Gossip Girl showrunner, will write and produce the show's revival. The series' original creators, Schwartz and Stephanie Savage, are also attached to the project as executive producers. It's something we've been talking about, Josh, Stephanie, and Saffron, for a little bit, just in terms of, it is something we want to explore. We're all so in love with the original and had such an incredible time working on it, and it's such a big part of our lives, Saffron entitled. Leighton Meester, Reality to Gossip Girl. Leighton said this about the show in an interview, that everyone has their own journey, especially in their early 20s, when they're just figuring out who they are. Because of the success of that show, she was put in a place where that journey was sped up. She had to figure it out quickly, and with not a completely developed mind to discern between what's real and what's not, whom she can trust and whom she can't after the show, as the cast jumped on great opportunities. Leighton Meester would go on to star in The Roommate and Monte Carlo, and was highly praised for her acting performance. Blake actually did the exact opposite. She took an acting break to focus on family. Ed Chadwick went on to star in a remake of Romeo and Juliet. Penn Badgley appeared alongside Emma Stone in Eza, and nowadays we can see him as the charming creep in Netflix. So all these years later, can we imagine them now in the reboot? The reboot isn't a straight continuation of the events from where Gossip Girl left off, so be prepared to skip the whole 8 years to transport us right to 2020. Also, we shouldn't look at it like a sequel, but more like a standalone TV show from a different angle. The synopsis of the show says, 8 years after the original website went dark, Leighton Meester reacts to Gossip Girl Reboot. She confirmed she isn't involved in the production of the CW show. She says that any questions about the series have to be directed to the producers. Since she's not taking part in the series in any way, shape, or form, this breaks our heart, as we would love to see her reprise the role. In our eyes, she will always be Serena van der Woodsen, and if there's one person we're hoping to see in the reboot, it's our OG Blair. Just a cameo would give the right spice to the reboot. But as for Leighton, all she said in an interview in 2019 was that no one's ever talked to her about it except for in interviews, and she always says the same. The latest news came from her husband, Adam Brody, who confirmed that they might not even watch the reboot. As per Leighton, I highly doubt we'll watch it front to back. I don't think we're the audience, but I'm sure we'll dip our toes in. While that's awkward from Leighton herself, all we got was radio silence given how messy the shooting of the original was. We weren't that surprised that she'd like to leave that part of her life. We can't wait to binge watch all of the 10 episodes of the reboot as soon as they come out. That's all for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching.